Why is the vaccine life-threatening if people get a fever after COVID-19 vaccination? That is the question. Introduction. Vaccine is given to protect against various diseases like flu, polio, measles, mumps, rubella, diphtheria, and COVID-19, etc. Fever can occur within 1 to 42 days after receiving many types of vaccines. Fever after vaccination is considered evidence that the immune system is responding to the vaccine, and as a result, is generally said to produce immunity against viruses or bacteria targeted by the vaccine. Some experts also say that if you don't have a fever after vaccination, you would not get immunity. Revaccination is recommended for those who do not develop a fever after vaccination. In contrast, there are opinions among scientists that immunity can be acquired even if the person does not develop a fever after vaccination. Studies show that up to 7% of children experience febrile seizures after vaccination. Also, muscle pain, headache, chills, joint pain, soreness or swelling at the injection site, restlessness, fatigue, loss of appetite, vomiting, runny nose, cough, and a faint red rash of the eyes. After vaccination, many people experience muscle wasting at the injection site due to infection. These things are the same in many deadly diseases. If these complications occur when the vaccine is not taken, it is considered a symptom of many deadly diseases, from the common cold to cancer. There are different opinions.
और चिताओं कैसी रही तुम्हारी कन्वर्सेशन? तो तुम्हें तो बढ़िया लग रहा है यार, मस्त लग रहा है सर. ओहो, the hero.
Some sounds are disturbing.
कैसा रहा?
Please mute. Hello. There are different opinions about the fever after vaccination and the effects of taking antibiotics before vaccination to prevent fever. For those who believe that fever is a symptom of many diseases, the question why fever after vaccination does not arise. If fever is a symptom, the question should be, what is the post-vaccination disease? Can the vaccine cause a disease that was not present in the body before vaccination? Why? Another question is, why is the injection site sore after vaccination? After vaccination, is infection at the injection site a disease or a symptom? That is another question. Another question is, after vaccination, muscle atrophy and loss of flesh at the injection site is not a fatal disease. Another question is, what is the treatment for post-vaccination disease? Many such questions need to be answered. Marks of rotting flesh after vaccination are used by many as an identification mark. Some experts claim that the heat of the fever kills many pathogens. So the question arises whether the heat of the fever also kills the inactivated pathogens in the vaccine. If the heat of fever destroys the vaccine, immunity is no longer available. That is, we see conflicting arguments about the same purpose of post-vaccination fever. What is the fever after vaccination? That is another question. If essential blood flow to organs is reduced due to increased inflammation, fever is an adaptive and sensible action by the immune system to reduce inflammation and increase essential blood flow to maintain the organ or symptom as a system as a body's self-defense mechanism. To this end, our immune system usually generates more heat than normal and prevents body heat from leaving the body. The answer to any question about a fever can be found in this definition of fever. Another question is, what substances are included in fever? Fever includes hot substances that are produced by immune system, that is pyrogens, prostaglandin 2, actions to prevent heat loss from the body, and several actions to increase blood flow in the body abnormally. None of this happens without inflammation, which reduces blood flow. After vaccination, the body becomes inflamed because the toxic substances in the vaccine do not adapt to the body. The immune system created a local temperature at the site of the vaccine injection. Initially, blood flow increases at the injection site. As swelling increases and the swelling spread to nearby organs, blood flow to other parts of the body is reduced. During this time, the immune system produces a fever to reduce inflammation and increase blood flow. Fever occurs within 2 weeks of vaccination. Some experts mistake fever as evidence that the immune system is responding to the vaccine. No need to wait 2 weeks for immunity to respond to the vaccine. Fever often occurs after vaccination due to temperature reducing treatment and reduced blood flow due to inflammation. If we look closely, we can see that the effects and the side effects after vaccination are due to increased inflammation and decreased blood flow. Decreased blood flow due to severe inflammation is the sole trigger for fever. Any substance that is cooling or reducing temperature, that means antipyretic, is a fever stimulant because it increases inflammation and reduces blood flow. Antipyretics are the only substances needed to induce fever in many organisms. Studies have shown that milk production decreases for a few days in both humans and animals after vaccination. Milk is produced from blood. When blood flow decreases, milk production also decreases. Studies have shown a decrease in milk production and supply during lactation following the COVID-19 vaccination. The number of women affected by decreased milk supply ranged between 5% after a first dose and 23% after a second dose. Post-vaccination swelling and reduced blood flow can be life-threatening. Inducing fever to increase blood flow during this time is a life-saving strategy. The danger is not the fever after vaccination, but the increased inflammation and reduced blood flow. Fever is always protective shield of the immune system to increase blood flow and prolong the life of an organ or system. Giving paracetamol audible. Hello?
Your voice is not audible, sir.
Not audible.
No. Now it's clear.
Yes, studies show the decrease in milk cell. Now it is audible?
Yes, it is audible.
Studies have shown a decrease in milk production and supply during lactation following the COVID-19 vaccination. The number of women affected by decreased milk supply ranged between 5% after a first dose and 23% after a second dose. Post-vaccination swelling and reduced blood flow can be life-threatening. Inducing fever to increase blood flow during this time is a life-saving strategy. The danger is not the fever after vaccination, but increased inflammation and reduced blood flow. Fever is always a protective shield of immune system to increase blood flow and prolong the life of an organ or system. Giving paracetamol to prevent and reduce fever after vaccination is 100 times more dangerous to life. There is a fundamental contrast between the basic action of fever and the basic action of paracetamol. The essence of today's fever treatment is fever can be cured by using fever-creating substances. In India, Kerala, patients were given paracetamol to prevent fever after COVID-19 vaccination. Paracetamol is given to reduce prostaglandin D2. It is not a fever-causing substance. It has hypothermic and anti-inflammatory properties. As a result, blood flow is reduced due to inflammation in the body. During this time, the immune system produces fever to increase blood flow and reduce inflammation to protect the life or organs. Antipyretic treatment never reduces inflammation but increases it. Anyone taking antipyretics can get a fever. Prolonged use of antipyretic drugs can cause inflammation, fever, infection, and death. Taking paracetamol after COVID-19 vaccination to prevent or reduce the fever is twice life-threatening. Kerala has seen the highest number of deaths after the COVID-19 vaccination. For fever, when the blood flow is reduced due to inflammation, reducing the heat is not compatible with any current science in the world because reducing the heat will increase the inflammation again, reduce the blood flow again, and even cause death. During this time, immunity does not stop producing fever. Not knowing the purpose of fever and not knowing the correct mode of action of paracetamol is the cause of giving paracetamol after vaccination and increasing death due to it. If people had not been given paracetamol after vaccination, the inflammation would not have worsened and so many people would not have died. Even for diseases that would have cured themselves due to action of our immune system, using paracetamol can cause inflammation, reduce blood flow, and death. Antipyretic therapy is a necessary and appropriate treatment for hyperthermia and not for fever. Post-vaccination fever also has only blood flow increasing actions. If we look at what is needed to cause fever and what is included in fever, none are present in the current definition, diagnosis, and treatment of fever. When the serious effects and side effects of vaccination are pointed out, the common man receives irresponsible replies that it is all proof of immunity and harmless without scientific study. The inflammation and the lack of blood flow caused by the toxin in the vaccine can be reversed by applying heat from outside the body. However, its toxicity cannot eliminate the harm or toxicity it causes to the body. The cause of fever after taking different vaccines at different times. Different types of vaccines contain different types of toxins. Depending on the different harms they cause in the body, the amount of inflammation in the body and the decrease in blood flow will vary. The duration and the severity of the fever that the immune system produces against this will vary. The fact that 7% of children develop a fever after vaccination means that these 7% have induced blood flow. These 7% have reduced blood flow to the brain. Next question is, what to do immediately if inflammation increases after vaccination? Heat is applied to the body from the outside. Various equipments and heating methods can be used for this. It can reduce inflammation and increase blood flow. If inflammation is reduced, blood flow increases. The immune system will not make substances, including prostaglandins, which cause heat and reduce inflammation. Do not use heat-reducing water, paracetamol, and air conditioner, etc. This can increase inflammation and decrease blood flow. If inflammation increases and blood flow decreases, the immune system will produce substances including prostaglandins. If prostaglandins are eliminated by paracetamol, inflammation can progress and illness and death can occur. If the body becomes inflamed after consuming a substance, our immune system tells us that the substance is against the body. If the substance further increases inflammation, reduces blood flow, and affects the organ function, the substance is life-threatening. Conclusion: if you develop swelling and fever after vaccination, our immune system tells us that the substance in the vaccine are against the body. Post-vaccination swelling and reduced blood flow can be life-threatening. Inducing fever to increase blood flow during this time is a life-saving strategy. The danger is not the fever after vaccination, but the increased inflammation and reduced blood flow. Fever is always a protective shield of the immune system to increase blood flow and prolong the life of an organ or system. Under no circumstances should the body swell or decrease blood flow after vaccination. Under no circumstances should antibiotics be given to prevent or reduce fever after vaccination. Studies are needed to exclude inflammatory substances from the vaccine. References. Thank you hearing me patiently so far. If you have any questions, you can contact my WhatsApp number or email ID. Please check the chat box. This paper is also published in a journal. I want to share this share the link of that paper. Please check the chat box.